Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AFR Tier 1, Round 7 here from track Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. I'm Kuno Zero, and as always with me is Sea Carrot. Alright. Yes it is. Now just before we start, I'd like to just make a small tribute to Antoine Hubert, who sadly lost his life this race weekend at Spa. It is a dark reminder that motorsport is not 100% safe, and as always these guys put their lives on the line for the sake of our entertainment, and when something like this happens we should always pay our respects. I hope that his family have an easier time ahead of them after what's happened this week, and also of course I hope that Juan Manuel Correa gets a full recovery after his injuries as well.
Guys in the field as well who have chosen to show their remembrance as well. We've got a couple of tribute helmets, and I think even Flyboy's changed his nationality to French in solidarity. So yeah, just a little bit of something we can think about. And remember, it's not all fun and games, it's serious business out there, and it's a risky sport.
Exactly right. Alright, so as we are getting ready now for the qualifying session to start, we see that a couple of boys are out on their out laps. Let us just get these quickly setted. I swear one day I will get faster at this, I promise. Alright, so we're on board with Matoid in the Red Bull as he makes his way around Gilles Villeneuve. Not quite sure. Secret, do you want to try and drop down and see if anybody knows what the weather's going to be like for the race?
Yeah, let me just channel my inner Martin Brundle. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I've been told it's dry as dry can be, so ignore the clouds and fog.
Fantastic.
Might keep track temps down a little bit if it stays this overcast, which will make getting those tyres into the right window a little bit tricky for some. But yeah, no rain on the calendar.
Fair enough, it's all part of the challenge. So obviously we're going to see an overcast qualifying session as Matoid now comes off his outlap, so we'll see what he can do for us. Revo there setting a 1:08.2 on his first lap out, not bad. There from the racing point. Now the majority of people out there on softs right now, a couple on hard, so everyone's wanting to smash it out from the park straight up from the beginning. So let's see, Gus with a 1:08.9 and Major Payne with a 1:09.5. Bandcamp comes across with a 1:09.6. These are pretty decent times coming out straight off of qualifying as Matoid makes his way down into Le Pinguel. Comes around there as he makes his way down the casino straight onto that dreaded Wall of Champions chicane.
Yeah, not stuffing around at all. Straight into the 108s for Revo and Gus. That's pretty blistering. That's as fast as they were in practice session earlier, so.
Alright, and Matoid comes across the line here at a... Oh no, didn't set a time. My scoreboard must have glitched out.
Maybe it was invalidated.
Possibly.
Probably kind of chicane. That's something I noticed in practice is very easy to do around here.
Well,
very strict on some of these curves.
It is very easy to do. Just as an overview, basically, you've got turns 3 and 4. If you hug turn 3, if you turn that inside of turn 3 too much, you will get a penalty on there. You can also get it on turn 6 as well, if you put too much tyre onto the red. And of course, Wall of Champions. You can take a lot more on that first turn 13, but you have to have no part of your tyre can touch over the orange line as you come onto turn 14 and move onto the main straight. So yes, a lot of places around this track where the penalties can get you.
Yeah, I'm thinking just with the weather, I think the hard tyre might be a little bit slow around here. So I'd probably expect to see a nice medium strategy. Not too sure what the guys will run. I was told in practice that anything can work. 2 stops might be even faster, Revo reckons, but of course added risk, having to drive through the field, and some guys can't resist the urge to speed in a very sharp pit entry speed limit line, so we'll see what happens, but I'm thinking soft and mediums are going to be the go-to tyres today.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a 2-stopper. I know that during practice runs throughout the week we could do a some people did do a soft, push the soft all the way out and then did a hard stint to the end, but you tend to get just way too much tyre wear, and it plays around. And with a track like this, where there is a lot of fast sections, it's a little bit too risky to do that over the, I believe it's 35 laps over the course of the race. So
something around that, yeah. It'll be interesting. It's a big contrast to the guys that were still in the Monaco mindset from last week. These 2 tracks couldn't be any different, so we'll certainly see whether the guys have got that claustrophobia out of their heads and are ready for some big straights again.
Yes, we will. All right. As combined comes across on the hard compound with a 1:11.3. So, of course, a lot of time for him to make up, but it's probably just ironing out the penalties and cobwebs in that first section. So let's jump on with Revo as he does his flying lap. So him coming through turn 2 there, putting on the power, using all of that curb as it comes into turns 3 and 4. Now here is where you have to be really careful, keeping at least 1 tyre there on the track.
Absolute pinpoint there, that was beautiful.
That's right, so that way you won't actually get any penalties. Coming down into 4th gear, 3rd on the apex there, pushes straight back up as he moves out towards turns 8 and 9. Flat stick all the way. Hopefully he doesn't get impeded here. There you go, keeping it nice and tight there. Tyre on that orange line. Can't go any further than that, otherwise you'll get penalised as well. Moving down into Lippingel. Hopefully combined can get out of the way. Yep, beautiful. Now you shift down all the way to 1st and then smash up to 2nd. Gain that traction. Use all of the curb, all of the track there as you fly down the casino straight. Hit that DRS zone. And
not
then
the cleanest exit from that corner. We'll see if it suffers.
Alright, as he comes into the chicane to Wall of Champions, using all of the curb there, keeping it there. Almost hits the wall there, hits the DRS. Let's see what he comes across. It's probably going to be a 107.8.
That's crazy
That's
fast.
bloody quick. That's bloody quick, but we expect no less from Revo, who of course is, as far as I'm aware, 3rd on the time trial leaderboards for this track in the world. So, a bloody crack lap.
Jeez, he's quick over 1 lap.
And let's just point out that he did have a poor exit out of Lippingel, so
absolutely.
He could even be faster than that. Alright, so Revo, of course, laying down the spar. Let's see if anybody can lift it. I don't think so, but we'll see as we'll just jump on board with Bull and Rocky in the Alfa Romeo as he comes and finishes his out lap, getting ready for his flying lap. So, just staying on board for this, as you can have a look, basically everything has to be precise on this track. You can use all of that, but you have to keep your tyre there on the orange. It's very, very minimal gap either side for it to be just a complete penalty, and it's really frustrating. I did so many, easily 100 plus laps this week trying to nail it down, and it hurt.
It's so punishing when you get it wrong, but also when you don't push hard enough. Like through that Wall of Champions, just then Bull and Rocky didn't take enough of the curve. If you actually watch Revo, he pretty much yeets the entire first curve, cuts it nicely, but the second curve is the one you really got to watch out for. And just not doing that, that's easily a 10th or 2 there, just in the fact that you're going to be 10-15k slower coming out of that turn. So that's where the time goes. So it's talk about fine margins.
Yes, indeed. This track is notorious for those little types of things. The Wall of Champions chicane, of course, is the big one. As we'll see Bull and Rocky as he just hits the DRS zone there on the Casino Straight. What you'll notice is that in that first section, you can use pretty much the entire section of the curb. All you got to do is keep at least a little bit of your tyre there. Obviously, he didn't go as wide there. Ooh, collects the wall there at the Wall of Champions. We'll see if that... with a 109.2 as he crosses. We'll see if that Wall of Champions lives up to its name and it takes any victims in this race. I'm thinking it will.
Yeah, look, you got to be surprised if it doesn't. At least take a few wings and end plates with it. it's a little bit forgiving depending on the angle you hit it, with the physics in this simulator, I'll call it that. Whacking wheels up against the wall goes okay, but yeah, if you spear in on the 30-degree angle, bye-bye wing. So it's definitely tough, and it's really harsh. Sometimes it can just yeet the whole tyre off and suddenly you're out of the race. So not a lot to play with, and we'll see if anyone dares go side by side through it, because that's even more fun.
Well, if it comes down to the last final laps, I'm sure someone's probably going to try it. But, of course, it'll see how it all progresses throughout the race as Geordie makes his way down to that dreaded chicane in preparation for his flying lap. We'll jump on board and we'll see how he navigates this circuit as he comes across the start line there now, moving into turn 1. Okay.
Oh, he's missed it.
That was that's about as short as a track overlay as I'll be able to give. So unfortunate for him
as well. So not sure whether he was just setting feelers out there. He didn't seem to make the practice session, or not when I was in it. So might be a little bit rough around the edges.
Ooh, that's an invalidated lap there. He actually touched the red grass there, which you can't do. But that's okay. It was a bottled lap anyway.
Invalidated for next lap is the one he doesn't want.
So yeah, quite an unforgiving track, but a good one. It's a good one. It produces a lot of good racing, especially this corner right here, the hairpin turn of turn 10. And then you've got that long straight where people can smash up their ERS to the 4th setting and fight for that position, which you then have to sort of really strongly defend as you come into the chicane. So Geordie goes into the pits. I wonder if he's got damage maybe.
On a side note, it's really nice to see the pace that Major Payne's showing as well. Looking pretty competitive out there. Sitting up in 3rd, that would be a best result for his season if you carry that through to the race. So will we see the 2 pinks displace the 2 Mercs on the podium? That would be nice.
We will see. Hopefully Major Payne can do a lot better for himself. I know he's had a couple of poor results, so we'll see if he can redeem himself there. And another good thing to watch here is will Revo maintain his composure and stay up in the front? Of course, we had that incident between him and Pacey as Pacey managed to grab the lead from him, and it caused Revo to do a little bit of a spin. And then, of course, he had that lock-up coming into that first turn, which caused him to have wing damage. And then, of course, the controversial battle between him and Matzoid, where he sort of punted Matzoid into the wall.
Not sure I can call it a battle. It was more of a it was more of a long-range missile. I don't think Matt saw him coming and didn't even see him leave, so it was a how do you do. But of course, following on from that, Revo did pick up a 5-second penalty for that result, but didn't hurt him on track, so he just dropped down a place to 6th as a penalty. So nothing carrying over to this weekend. I'm not aware of any qualifying bans or anything, so everything should be a-okay.
Yes, we
see. Well, Pacey will be pretty happy with that as well. Only 2/10 off Revo's pace. What are we thinking? Who's our dark horse?
Dark horse? I'm not sure. I'd say to watch. I mean, Matzoid was setting a pretty good time in practice.
Yeah.
So I think that he's probably going to come out in his second bid as they come out. And hopefully we'll see better from him. But I don't know. It's going to be obviously we're going to see Pacey and Revo up there in the lead in the top end of the grid there as both Red Bulls come out of the pits there. And then of course hopefully Major Payne can sort of redeem himself.
It'd be nice to see a fresh face on the podium again. Gus picked up podium last week. I think he's first for the season, so that was nice. He's got his head down today as well, looking quick and determined as ever. No Skyfield tonight, so he's my usual dark horse.
And there are a couple of drivers, we are missing a couple of drivers, there are only 16 on the grid today. So, of course, it is Father's Day, so people probably have dinner reservations and stuff. And, of course, happy Father's Day to anyone who is a father who might be watching.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice little occasion. But it shows who it separates the boys from the men, quite literally. Who's turned up tonight.
Alright, so we'll just jump on board with Revo again. Let's see if he can improve it all. Ooh, getting a small little lock up there, but it's probably not going to affect him too much as he comes around that turn 2, hard on the gas, pushing it up through the gears. Moves his way into turn 3. How much does he use? Ooh, perfect there. Uses that grass as well. Ooh, but he had to back off a little bit not to hit the wall, so that's going to cost him. And yep, he's already figured that out. And he slows down through the gears. So not a great first run there, but I'm sure he'll recover and try again. While he's doing that, let's jump on with Nut. Let's see how Nut's going to...
So, T-Mac in chat reckons Apollo Pepsi's his dark horse. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, definitely.
If he's going to be, he's going to have to put in a lightning lap here at the end. He's sitting in the 110s, he won't be happy with that. But he's still got time. One more go around for these guys.
So we have, just to point out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers in that 109 section.
Yeah, that's... Love to see that consistency. It shows we've got a pretty good field of drivers, and anyone on their day can have a good result.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be one of those good ones, I think, as Nut is coming up to the end of his flying lap, down through the gears as he hits that chicane, uses all of it, keeps it on. Oh, he might have touched the road there. Oh, gets a little bit of side, loses a bit of traction, and of course that... yeah, it doesn't look like
out of
he's...
fuel? No, he just pulled.
I think he just realised that he'd bottled his lap there with a little bit of a waggle and decided to call it. Yeah, so unlucky for him. We'll jump on with Revo. Let's see if he's... yeah, he seems to be going pretty good. So he's coming up now to the end of Sector 2 with a 40. So he's down again, 0.032. So this is even better. It looks like he gets a better exit there out of turn 10. Let's see how he does. Up through the gears. 4 in the overtake, because of course it's more effective in 7th and 8th. Flying down towards that chicane. Down through the gears. Oh man, I think that's an invalidate. Oh, well. Apparently not. Hold on. And he comes across the line with a 107.5. But it does not count. So yes, he did invalidate. We were correct on that one.
A little bit more on that first curve, but not quite that much. That was pushing it a bit.
Yes, indeed. So obviously I'll have to regroup and see if he wants to commit another one. No, he probably won't be able to. 20 seconds to go, so no, that's him done. We'll see as Pacey comes across the line now. So he's coming down through the gears, keeps that one on. Ooh, just misses the tarmac there, so I think he's okay. And he comes past with a 107. Oh my god! 5 thousandths. No, 500ths, sorry. 500ths. He's just beat Revo there with a 107.805. Fantastic.
That's giving Revo something to think about, because he was looking well in front.
That is
Seb's the most out of position at the moment, sitting in 7th, but he's on a hot lap now, I believe, so we'll see if he can jump.
Oh, Revo almost getting in the way of Gus there. Alright, so on board with Gus. So Matt sitting pretty third with a 108.5. We'll see if anybody can throw him off that. Not sure, as Gus makes his way down through, hits that. Yes, gets that. Puts the power down.
Seb jumps.
Seb gets it with a 108.4. And what does Gus come across with? Gus goes right underneath Mattoy there with a 108.545. Are there anybody else that needs to go out? No, I think that is it. Flyboys in the pits. So there's your grid. It's Pacey with pole position in the Mercedes. Revo in the Racing Point taking out that second spot, splitting up the Mercedes, and Seb in third with Matt Zoid from Red Bull Racing in fourth. And that's your top 2 rows. So that's not bad. Pacey taking Pacey taking that pole position away. That's pretty bloody good. Unfortunate for Revo, because of course he was on a cracker lap. However, did go a little bit too much on that last part of the chicane coming into Wall of Champions, and of course invalidated doing that. So yeah, so we'll see.
Absolutely, we know Revo can go faster, so it's going to make up for a hell of a start to this race. I'd be surprised if they did anything but keep the same strategy between them, much like they did last week. See what the other does and follow through. And we'll have a raw battle of the DRS.
We will see how it goes. So let's just take Couple of opinions here. T-Mac reckons they're going to crash at the hairpin lap 1. All right, we'll have a look at that. And I think Pencil earlier said that Revo is going to bottle at turn 1. Crashes into Pacey, I believe, into turn 1. So, and Jacob saying the same thing as well. We'll see. I'm hoping that Revo sort of learnt his lesson and understands he has to pull it back a little bit, because he can't really afford to keep pushing the way that he pushes, because one small mistake and it causes such an issue. It was a massive issue in Monaco, and in Canada with so much runoff, it could be even worse again. You don't want to make mistakes in some of the more technical aspects of this track. So I think maybe it's in his best interests to make sure that he just has a clean sector, because we know Revo's fast. And he's got a long back straight to make up for, and the main straight as well. And if he's fast through the corners, he'll make up time there as well. So I think he just has to sort of understand that you don't have to go 100% all the time. You just have to keep your head down, race your race. And if you've got the speed, you're obviously going to be a contender. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, Pacey sets the pace, as he continually does. So it'll be nice to see if someone can challenge him over the course of a race. Of course, we know Seb can, and a few others, but we know Revo's well up there in terms of raw pace around here. So if he can put it all together and really push him, I think that'd be nice to see. I just want to see a close finish. If they can finish within a couple of seconds of each other, that would be nice.
Yes, indeed. That would be a real treat to watch, as we're just waiting down now for the session to start. 15 seconds to go. T-Mac saying Revo's done the one-stop every practice. Yes, he has, but he did voice that the two-stop might actually be faster in a race scenario. And Pencil saying Revo is less aggro than Pacey from my experience.
Well, I don't know what Pencil's been watching, but it hasn't been the same that I've watched.
Yeah,
so
not in
each
the
their own.
Yeah, not in the AFR series. I wouldn't say so. I'd say that look, Pacey takes some ballsy overtakes, and he does some ballsy maneuvers, that's for sure. But he knows when to pull back. He from everything that I've seen, Revo is definitely the more aggressive driver.
He also hasn't, to be noted, he hasn't had to be, in a sense. He hasn't had to be pushed. He hasn't had the one-on-one battles too often this season. He's often just yeeted into the sunset. So we'll see what happens if he's really under pressure consistently, and whether mistakes creep in, because that's when they happen.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we're on with the grid. Pacey, our grid leader, on pole position as they go around with their formation lap. Getting heat into those tyres, making sure that they are in the optimum window for that race start. So we are going to see quite a hectic procession here into turn 1, because it is a tie 1, turn 1 into turn 2. Turn 2 pretty much a hairpin there. And then, of course, we're going to see a nice little battle coming into Le Pinguel, which is turn 10 and 11. And then the first Wall of Champion chicane. So we'll see how that all pans out. I think we'll be pretty good grid. Let's have a look here. So Pacey, Revo, Seb, Matt in the front. Bandcamp in 13th. He doesn't usually start so far back, does he?
He had a pretty poor qualifying, and he wasn't super quick in track. So not feeling it tonight, or he's just it's all a big ruse and he's going to light us up. We'll see. But he's on an alternate strategy, as 4 of the guys are on the medium tyres to start outside the top 10.
That's right, with Combined and Apollo, the only one starting with soft outside the top 10 there. So we'll see how it's going to do. Sphinx reckons the Wall of Champions is going to claim some people. I reckon you're right, mate. I'd put money on that. All right, so we've got the grid all lined up now, waiting for everyone to settle in. Here we go. The lights are getting ready to pop.
Pray to the connection gods.
Yes.
Here we go.
All right, so 4 or 5 lights, and we're ready to go. And there we go. Okay, so Pacey's off with Revo right behind as everyone makes their way up to turn 1. There's a bad start there for Geordie.
Had a terrible start.
Absolutely poor launch. Ooh, as the Ferrari comes in there to attack. Pacey manages to get himself out. Revo as well. Seb right up behind as well. So here we go. Moving their way up to turn
rear tyres.
3 and 4. Yes, he did. Okay, so as we can see, the grid is pretty much the same as it was, but Geordie's now right at the back because he had a really bad launch there, unfortunate for him. So Pacey making his way out. Got a decent gap there from Revo, with Revo and a gap there from Seb. Right now the grid seems pretty stagnant, so everyone just falling in line, waiting for their turns. We'll see how it goes as they come in down into
got a yellow flag.
Turn 10.
What's that from? And someone chipped something. Not seeing any slow cars.
Sector 2 yellow flag. Okay.
As they come into the hairpin, looking pretty clean there. We've got Geordie's pulled over to the side of the... those rear tyres, he just lit them up and he's got no grip. He's squirming out of every corner.
Yep. So something's
he might
up
even
with
have
him.
a puncture. I think he has got a puncture back left.
Yeah, something's up with him. So we'll have to see with him. All right, as everybody starts making their way down through the Wall of Champions, everyone comes through unscathed. Pacey with a 1:16.3 to set the fastest lap of the race so far. All right, so Apollo takes... Oh my God, Apollo's retired from the race. Oh!
T-Mac put the knocker on him. That's a shocker. That's a shame.
Oh no. Yep, so Geordie's definitely got a puncture there. You can see that there. And he's off the track as well. So there's already, I think, Apollo's the first victim to that...
the dark horse curse. There we go.
Yeah, oh God. Man. I don't know. I'm going to leave that one. Okay, so Pacey making his way down now up into turn 10. So unfortunate for Apollo Pepsi. So the dark horse is now set to go back to the stables. As he's out of the race, and Geordie, of course.
He's off to the glue factory, that one.
Yeah.
As we, the top 6, top 7, top 8, they're all still well in touch. We've got a nice battle forming here. Nice line as DRS will open up.
As Geordie just makes it into the pits there. You can see that just in the broadcast cam. Now let's have a quick look there through the interval grids. Just going to pop down to Paul and Rocky there in the Alpha. As he's right up the back of Flyboy there as they come into the DRS section.
Gus picks up the 3-second penalty as well.
So he must have hit.
Penalty.
And it's only going to get bigger than that now. Lap 3, which means DRS is enabled. So here we go. Now it's going to start with all of these small gaps becoming more and more important as the race goes on. Bull and Rocky in this Alpha, sticking to the Mac of Flyboy. 0.2 the gap. So he's not letting that Ferrari out of his sight as we have a look through with more of the gaps. Matoid with a 0.2 gap behind Seb. And Revo is making it up, and Revo takes the overtake right on the inside as he comes into turn 9. There it is. Oh, gets a little bit of sideways action, but he makes it right past Pacey. Not bad. So Revo takes back that first position, but let's lap 3, which means that the DRS section is on. So we'll just have a look now. On board with Pacey. Alright, DRS on, he's on third. Here we go. We'll jump onto the broadcast cam as he goes right up the pass. And they're coming into the chicane, so he's going to have to slow down. There it is. Hopefully he can dodge that. Not bad. So
some nice mature racing there.
Oh, there's an end plate. An end plate's just come off. I've seen that on the broadcast cam. Don't know who it belongs to, but Matzoy just went into the pits there, so he must have got some damage somewhere. Flyboy goes down as well. Major Payne goes down as Seb goes above him for 4th position.
Geordie's missing end plate. I know that much. So he'll have to pit again.
What is happening here? Alright, so Revo's now 0.2. Just jump on board with him.
Poor Gus sitting in third, but he's already picked up 6 seconds of penalties. And we're on lap 4. He's going to have to find a new line, I think.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, and it's only lap 4. Oh, man. Okay, so Revo now right behind Pacey there. He's got 82% on the ERS charge. So he's already smashed it up to overtake. He's ready for that thing. So it's probably going to be a game of leapfrog if we have... apparently Geordie's front right tyre was 1,143 degrees. Yeah, right.
Make about sense. Just
okay. Pirelli testing their new compound. That's not bad. Alright, so Revo trying to push down now. But he's backed off. He's set his ERS to 0, so he's not going to contest on this lap. He's just going to play it safe. Good sign. Maybe he's understanding that, yeah, this is probably the better way to do it. So we'll move out a little bit. Let's go down to Flyboy here.
Bull and Rocky, the real mover and shaker so far, up 4 spots from the start. As we see, the Red Bulls have just died. Absolutely terrible day for them. It's turning out to be.
Alright, so it's unfortunate for them, but we've still got plenty of time to go. Geordie's probably 50 seconds. 50 seconds from that from 14th position. That's got to hurt. So I don't know how he's going to do anything there.
He had to pit again and get a new wing. So.
Combined just got a 3-second time penalty. Oh man, it's going to go. It's going to just deal out of here. Combined YouTuber with the fastest lap for 112. There it is. Revo gets the overtake there. All right. So Greeny.
Pacey took it from.
Looks like Greeny's trying to make a move up there on Flyboy. He's right up behind that Ferrari as he's come into the Pingale, turn 10. So, God, a lot of battles happening here right here in the start. So let's see what happens. Jump on board as he moves up through the gears. second on the DRS meter, hits the DRS. Will he try and go for an overtake? No, I think he's just going to fall in line. It's going to be good enough for him.
Yeah, the DRS has sort of cancelled each other out a little bit there.
Alright, so Pacey's now right up behind Revo. So that comes down to a 0.2. Let's have a look at any of the other intervals. Yeah, people are pretty close. Look at that. You've got less than a second between the first and second. Gus a little bit further behind, but then behind him, everyone is within the 1 second to everyone else, all the way down into 12th position. So bloody hell, that's a really good grid. As Mattoid comes across with a 1:11.9, so he's on the warpath trying to get back his positions.
Yeah, he's lighting up those mediums, so he'll have to stop again, of course. Geordie put on the hard, so he'll probably try and go to the end from here.
Alright, so not bad so far. 6 laps in, we've already got something like 12 seconds of penalties dealt out between everybody. There's Greeny sticking right on the back of this Ferrari. Will he try and make a move on this one again? He gets a way better exit there. Let's see as they come into that DRS zone. And he's sticking right behind him. Goes one up.
Using that ERS though, he's keeping him behind.
That's right. And Greeny goes 40% down.
40% off his ERS.
Yeah, well, Greeny understood that, went down into 0. Oh, no, he comes into the pits as well, so that's okay. As Pacey pits as well. So lap 7, okay, so that'll mean Pacey goes onto that medium tyre. Yep, Greeny's probably going to do the same. Let's jump up to that Alpha. All right. So not bad so far. So Revo holds onto that first position as he stays out on his soft. Gus takes up that second position, and Seb right behind him.
Keep an eye on that undercut and see if it works out. Whether Revo stays out or keeps pushing. Clear air in front of him. You think he'd be okay because Pacey's going to have a bit of traffic.
As we have call, looks like Bandcamp's trying to make a move there on Nut, but no, he falls right back in. All right, will he try and do it on the straight coming out of turn 10? It was quite close. He had it down to 0.1, so Nut better watch out because that Renault. All right, now he's got about 50% there on his battery. So we'll see how that pans out for him. He doesn't hit any more up on the ERS because everyone's got. But Nut doesn't have DRS. So we'll see how that affects him. Bull and Rocky gets a 3-second time penalty. Oof. Man, they're just getting handed out. Alright. As Wahid makes an overtake there on Major Payne, because Major Payne goes into the pits. Wahid takes that position. Alright, let's have a look at these intervals again. 0.3, 0.9, 0.6, 0.3. So everyone's really, really close together. And Major Payne drops down further and further as he's waiting to come out of the pits there. Alright, so Pacey all the way down in 13th position, so we'll see how...
Major Payne jumps him through the pit stop, so he'll be pleased with that if he can keep him behind. That's worked out really well for Major Payne and really badly for Pacey, because he's lost on track now to a car that was behind and is now in front with a lap fresher tyres.
So that's going to be really interesting to see how he makes up from that as everyone's coming into that turn 10. Oh my god, there's a bloody commit there from Wahid, but it doesn't seem to pan out. Hopefully he didn't get any damage from that, but looked like he braked really late there to try and get it ahead of Bandcamp. No, it didn't pay off, and now he's got back down to 0.6 as Pacey overtakes Major Payne there in the back. Alright, so what's that? Flyboy just went into the pits there, so did Bull and Rocky and Seb as they all move up. So now we get some more position shifting as Band makes his way up to 5th. Of course, he can go out on a longer stint because he's on the medium tyre, and that is the case for all Lotus, Nut, Bandcamp and Wahid.
Flyboy's put on another set of softs, so we've got our first different strat by the look of it.
Alright, Greeny with a 1:11. The fastest lap Lotus gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, this race director is going to look just as bad as it did in Monaco. Alright, so decent racing so far. Unfortunately, we have had one retirement, which is unlucky. But that's how the race goes.
Pacey's been the real losers so far in our 5 at the top. Seb right behind him with 2 lap fresher tyres now, so we'll see if Team Waters comes in. I don't think it will. I think Seb will be pushing. He's got pride on the line. He wants to get back to that winner's circle. So,
alright, as they all come up on that casino straight. So Revo well ahead in front with a 4.5
Revo
second gap.
Pits.
Alright, so Revo's down in the pit. So let's see how many positions he gets sacrificed here. The grid is quite tight. So it comes down to second. Obviously he'll go past third, fourth, fifth, sixth there of Wahid.
And
Jump
puts
on
the
board with
hards for
Revo. So he's going off of that one stop, looks like. Now where does he come out? Oh, is Matzoid going to come out in front? No. No, it looks like Revo's
he's come out in front of
probably going to... Oh, gets a little bit of a lock up there. And there we go. Now he's in front of Matzoid, so that paid off well for Revo.
Wow.
And it's really unfortunate for Pacey because now he's back in ninth. And Revo's going till the end, whereas Pacey, you'd think, is going to have to stop again. So, wow.
Pacey's got to find a way to gain 25 seconds on Revo because he's going to lose 20 in the pits and he's already 4 behind him. So
at this point, it comes down to if Revo knocks himself out on the Wall of Champions. Which I don't think he will, because he seems pretty good around this track. So we'll see how that all pans out. But Revo did a perfect run there, and it's put him up for that first position. As, of course, the first 5 drivers still have to pit, with Gus Rule still on the soft compound.
that's the thing with Revo. Can he put in the 90% lap? Can he, or is every lap he does time trial standard and he's going to be dead by the end? We'll see. Just needs to take it easy.
As Greeny comes across there, takes a position from Matzoid, but he's on the outside of this corner, and he gets touched. That's going to be a position. Is that going to be a penalty? Not sure, but does put him all the way down into 10th. Actually, no, takes a position there from Major Bane, so slows down into 9th. So that was a challenge that was okay, but the problem was he came up to the left side of that chicane, which put him on the choke point of it. Matzoid took that position and said, nah, pushing you off the track, did so, and that of course cost Greeny those places. So he'll probably have to rethink that strategy again as Revo takes 4th from Lotus as he makes his way up that grid again.
Is Revo's absolute best friend at the moment, slowing down Pacey and Seb and causing them to cook their tyres a little bit too. Pacey a bit loose on the exit, so...
Oh man, look at this grid right now coming up to 10.
Lotus is a roadblock as well now. As he has to let them all around.
Oh, look at the crazy thing happening here. Major Bane gets a little bit of contact there as Greeny comes out on the outside. So Pacey and Seb managed to make their way through. Oh, Lotus must feel really, really weird right now. As they're all making their way out.
You gotta say, that was a bit of a gangbang going on there. That was, he didn't have much to do. He didn't know where to go.
Alright, so Lotus comes in.
He's decided to go into the pits to have a breather, I think.
Probably the best choice there. As Flyboy gets a 3-second time penalty. This is really going to have quite an impact at the end of the race.
Ferrari's really struggling to find their lines. They're both, I think there's a good 12 seconds of penalties between them now. As Geordie picks up one as well.
Might
day from hell for him.
Jump up there with Seb. Let's have a look with him. Sitting right behind his teammate there. 0.4. So we'll see if he contests at all. He's pretty good when it comes to Pacey, so I think that he'll probably sit back and sort of just try for that second position. But right now, Revo, of course, with the strategy advantage. Up in 4th there, and of course Bandcamp, Nut and Wahid all have to pit, so we'll see when they choose to do that. Probably around now or like 13. I think that's when
they're in a decent position. To be honest with you, I think if I was them, I'd keep stretching, trying to get it in a position where one stop's a thing. Trying to one stop off medium tyres is obviously. Oh no! Nuts in the wall on the home straight.
Oh,
it's coming out of the Wall of Champions, oversteered and head-butted the wall.
Unlucky. No. And Nut did say that he did have some handling issues all week trying to get a hold of this track, and it unfortunately hasn't paid off for him again. So that is 2 DNFs now. And to make matters worse, it's both McLarens.
Yeah.
So for Zach Brown probably having a crappy race weekend. That is unfortunate for them. That chicane is not easy. It does not take prisoners. So you mess up hard.
Bit of grass on the exit and putting the power down, and she just kicks out. And you're just a passenger at that point.
Oh, as Major Payne takes that overtake on Matzoid, coming into up to turn 10. Fantastic move there. We'll see if Matzoid can make it back on the Casino straight with the DRS. Oh, God, he's right up the back there. The Red Bull did not like that overtake one bit. So he's up on 44. He hits it onto a hot lap. which is the wrong setting, I might add. No, down into overtake now as he comes down onto Casino Straight. Will he try and make that position back? Oh, he's trying to go on the outside, which is what Major Greeny did.
Have
Sorry,
to pull out, surely.
Greeny did to him. No, he knew better.
Problem is, he's lost a lot of time doing that sort of thing. You either got to commit or you don't.
Yes.
It didn't work for him.
Right, so the big gap
Fights
here now.
He's going to have DRS on Matt Sword as well now.
Alright, so the big gap here is Pacey with 2.2 behind Wahid, but of course he'll make that up because Wahid still has to pit. AFR Lotus with a 3-second time penalty. Jesus Christ. And then of course Major Payne is 2 seconds behind Seb, so there's a little bit of a gap there from 4th to 6th. And then Matt Sword right up behind him. He's within 1 and Greeny within 1, and then Gus is 2 seconds behind him as well. So really good racing so far. Unfortunately, again, 2 DNFs, but that is the way things go. So we'll see how Greeny, because Greeny's right up against the back of this Red Bull as well. So Jesus, as they come into turn 10, we takes the title line. We'll see how that pays out. Bandcamp comes down one as Revo takes first place, and they're still out. Jeez, Bandcamp Wahid pushing their tyres all the way.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what their strategy is going to be from here, because obviously they have to go on soft, so they surely they're not be able to get 27, 28 laps out of those mediums and then go softs to the end, and we'll see.
There, alright, so Matt Sword getting closer and closer to the back of Major Payne. The gaps all at the front of the track seem to be pretty constant. Pacey's 0.3 behind Wahid and Seb the same behind him. This gap here between Greeny, Matt Sword and Major Payne is closing ever so as they make their way through the track. Oh, there's an end plate that goes there. I think that was Greeny that just hit the back there. So he's going to leave that. Let's try and get some visual identification there. Yes, he's lost the end plate on that left side. So he went a little bit too hard. Excuse me. So that's going to have some handling implications for him. Oh, God, he's trying to.
As well.
I think he's trying to take it anyway. God, this is some good racing here. Very competitive.
We've got a few guys out there on the mediums with the rears are really starting to go away. I'm seeing Pacey lock them up. Bit of slides there from Matt Zoid, so the grip's falling off for him.
Alright, so who just pit in there? Bandcamp and Wahid both pit. So now we've got the reset on the grid there. We'll see where they come out. They'll probably come out just in front of Combined, I think.
So now it's make or break for Pacey. 3 seconds behind Revo on an older medium tyre. He's either got to make up time or it's GG if Revo can keep it clean.
Alright, so question now is, will Greeny go in and pit, or is it slow enough damage that he's just going to grin and bear it until his next tyre change? We'll see. I would say the latter. I think that's what he'll go for. His gap is slightly extending there to Matt Zoid, but it's not enough to worry, I don't think. Someone was just off the track there, didn't quite see it, but that's okay. So Seb with the closest gap there behind his teammate, but I don't think he's very interested in overtaking. I think Greeny's going to try and get this position on Matt Sword, but Matt Sword's not making it easy because he's outside the DRS range for Major Payne. And Geordie is stuck in between there as well. So, of course, blue flags all around.
You'd think he'd let his teammate by pretty painlessly.
Is Geordie the one in front or behind? Is the one in front? He would be the one in front. Yeah. Check it out. All the flags. Blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. Blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. Come on, blue flag! There we go. Geordie goes fast. So Greedy and Matt Sword make their way down. Geordie moves out of the way. Alright, so I feel really bad for Geordie because, of course, his start did not go well. Gets a puncture right at the start. Temperatures of the sun. Yeah, neither do I. But
just lit him up. They forgot he didn't have traction control on or something. I'm a little bit surprised to not see Seb push a little bit harder on Pacey. I would have thought he's sitting at half a second. He's being a very nice Bottas at the moment.
Might just jump up with him. Let's have a bit of a view with him.
2 low pressure tyres. You'd think he'd go for it now and then. He's saving his ERS a little bit maybe, and might want to just go hard at one point?
Well, I think he's just being a good teammate.
Hmm.
I think that's what he's doing. He knows that Pacey, of course, first in the standings. Seb in second. So I think he's just being the good teammate. Now, this could all be a ploy. He could probably might be saving his tyres and his ERS and then make a play for it at the end. I don't think... right now, with the pace that's happening, I think Revo's got it.
As it stands, Seb and Pacey are going to be decided by who has a faster pit stop, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Who comes out in a better spot. So, fair enough, just sit behind. No challenger from behind. Podium's pretty much set at this point, unless Major Payne can push or the others make a mistake.
But it's hard to know what Seb's...
going to the end as well, so that puts him in a contention.
It's hard to know what Seb's thinking, because he's a bit of a wild child. That one, Newton, as knows his name.
What is he? He's 6 seconds or so off the podium spot, but the other guys all have to pit again, whereas he doesn't. But then you've also got to add the at least 6 second penalty, so it's going to be tight as well. See how much time it loses.
Look how close he is to the back of his teammate there. 0.2. Like, he doesn't want to overtake, but he also wants to just let Pacey know that, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Pacey's lost.
Oh, he's come out now. Will Seb try and take that? No, he falls back in line. So
that was very polite from Seb there.
Yes, it was. As Matt Zoid gets a 3 second time penalty there, and Flyboy goes into the pits, so Bandcamp and Wahid both make positions. It's really interesting to watch, because he's driving in a way where you sort of look at it and say, yep, no worries, he's being a teammate. But at the same time, something tells me he's just waiting for the mistake.
So we've got... It's always nice when a driver comes into chat and starts sharing the goss. So we've got Apollo, our dark horse for the race, mind you. Sound combined yeeted him into the wall, so we'll see what sort of conjecture happens here. Stewards have something to do, as always.
I do believe Apollo did have footage captured, so we'll be able to see that later on and see what's happening there as Combined picks up a 3 second time penalty. So, we'll have to see what the stewards say about that. Unfortunately, we did not get to see. We just saw the aftermath. I saw the...
Oh, as I see a Flyboy is spun, we've got a Ferrari in the middle of the track facing the wrong direction as a Haas Combined comes right up behind him and takes that chance to go past.
Ooh, right, so he must have spun there on turn 9. Turn 8, turn 9 combo as they come through. So unfortunate for him. Now,
on brand new fresh mediums, which is a shame because now he's probably ruined them. So that'll hurt his chances of getting back up into the points.
Alright, so just having a quick look at all these gaps. They've started to form quite large now. Seb right on the back of Pacey there, and Flyboy right on the back of Combined. We'll just jump down with him because I think he's going to make an attempt. Ooh. A little bit there. Can't quite go that fast into turn 1, unfortunately. It's not good for your health. Alright, so Flyboy probably going to try and take that position away from Combined. Does he have any damage? No, it seems like all of his end plates are really close to the wall there. As Lotus gets another 3 second time penalty.
So, T-Mac's out here kicking ass and taking names, saying Flyboy was his second dark horse, so anyone wants to keep their head down and keep away from T-Mac.
Alright, so I was just about to make a comment there that Seb just overtook Pacey, but Pacey went into the pits, Seb didn't. So Pacey's decided to do one earlier, and Seb's going to do the one later. So we'll see how that pans out. So where will Pacey exit? Let's have a look. I'm going to jump on.
The undercut didn't work for him the first time.
Okay, so Bandcamp is flying down around now. Will he come out in front? Yes, he does.
No.
So Pacey comes out in front of Bandcamp there. So 5th position, and he's going from there out to the end of the race. Okay, so Seb still needs to do his pit. Gus is going all the way to the end. Bull and Rocky in the Alpha still has to do his as well. And, okay, so
Pacey's about the 18, 19, 20 second mark off Seb, so we'll see if Seb pits right now, because if he does, he'll come back out in the same spot. As Pacey will obviously try and put down a hot lap. Using all that ERS, he'll go as fast as possible.
Flyboy's off the track!
Oh, not again.
Oh, I just happened to notice that on the interval boards, and he's drifting again. Oh, he's into the wall, and he's lost the entire front wing as well. His tyres must be cooked, and now he's not going to be able to handle it, and they're going to go right out. I think at this point he's trying to retire. Oh, no.
T-Mac, stop. He's already dead.
Oh, no. Do not vote for anyone else. T-Mac, listen. Don't even type. Don't type anything. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. That's right. You cry. You cry. You feel bad because this is all your fault.
Wow. Well, that's a shame. He was looking pretty good in the opening stint, but it all sort of fell apart for him, so that's a shame. But, we've still got a Ferrari in contention for a podium. Gus is up there, but he's got some penalties to fight.
So T-Mac saying Greeny and Bull and Rocky, listen here very closely.
All right.
If either of those two drivers have a mishap, then you are writing me 7 Powerball numbers.
we'll be having a word.
Alright, so that is 3 DNFs now. Unfortunately, it looks like Flyboy had some issues there with traction on his tyres. And of course, it caused him to go out, break that right tyre, and retire from the session. So 3 DNFs so far. From the 16-car grid, reducing it down to a 13-car grid as Major Payne tries to make a move. Oh, God, Matoid comes in as well, but he unfortunately gets choked out on that turn 10 hairpin, so he's going to have to fall back as Major Payne sits now between Bandcamp and Matoid. All right, so Seb's still out as well. He's pushing those mediums quite far. Major Payne gets the overtake on Bandcamp as they come into the chicane, but will he get an overtake? Nope, does penalty free, so okay.
Pacey sets the fastest lap as well on that out lap there, so that's given it all for Seb to do. Seb will come out a good second or two behind now, I'm going to say.
Geordie gets another 3-second time penalty, so it's not great for him. So a great battle here happening between 5th, 6th and 7th. Alright, see what Matt can do. Oh, right up on the back of that Renault as they come down there into turn 6.
Gus gets another 3 seconds. That's 9 seconds at least that I've been keeping track of him. So take him out of the podium.
Oh, they're wheel to wheel. Oh, Matoid gets across just there as he comes into turn 9. Fantastic driving here. Now, of course, Bandcamp still within that 1 second as they come in. And Matoid is past the DRS zone, so Bandcamp's going to have an advantage here. Let's see, 35% on the ERS meter, so it's not going to be too crazy. He won't be able to go way too high, but he'll have DRS to just sort of help him now. I think he'll just keep it there on medium. And
Seb's in pits. We'll see where he comes out. Just sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. That's going to be interesting. So Pacey moves up in front.
Pacey's jumped him.
All right, so let's go on board with Seb as he comes
5
out.
seconds.
All right, so Major Payne coming around turn 1 there. It
6.
looks like Seb's probably going to come out in front.
Wow.
Yes, he does.
So
and he's
undercut has given Pacey 5 seconds on Seb. That's...
Oh, Geordie sets a 110.5. Well, okay. This race giving us everything, a little bit of everything there. Oh,
Geordie's still a chance for points here.
all right.
If there's a few more deaths.
Well, see how it all pans out. Okay.
So keep an eye on... I just switched to Pacey and he has a big switch back. He's not fully comfortable in that car. His setup must be on the edge because he's a little bit twitchy.
All right, so combined trying now to get past the back marker, which is combined. Geordie, don't make me sing the song again, man. Don't make me sing the song, man. All right, so Geordie moves out. No, does he? Yeah, no, there we go. Okay, so combined gets past there. And, oh, sorry, that was Lotus. Where the hell's Geordie? What am I saying? That was Lotus.
Oh,
the board just glitched out there because it said that he was behind. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay.
As long as we don't have to listen to that song again, it's all good.
Yeah, that's it. It's a great song, just not when it's rendered by me. Okay, so combined, making his way down Casino Straight as he comes in. Oh, what's Lotus going to do? Is he Oh, no. He pulls back. He knows that's a smarter choice.
Neither of them have ERS to play with.
That's right. Poor ERS management, unfortunately. All right, we'll leave them for a bit. Let's go up to Wahid. Decent race, 8th position, right behind Bandcamp. Let's see what the Toro Rosso driver can do.
He'll be happy just to get back in the points. He's had a poor couple of weekends in the backfield, so he'll be happy to be up here with a chance for more.
All right, Wahid and Bandcamp coming into that turn 10. Now Wahid has quite a lot of ERS to play with. Let's see what he does.
the exit band gets there, that's my sort of line, and they're deep in there. You can just get on the throttle earlier.
Oh, he's closing up. Down to 2, but he won't go for the overtake because it's way too close. So he'll just try and...
slide.
Oh, man, really close to the wall of champions there. I laugh in the face of danger, says Wahid.
These hards don't fill me much confidence around here. They're really slippery.
Alright, so Mattoid now making his closer to Major Pain as they come down into turn 6. Let's see what happens here. Got that Red Bull getting closer and closer to the back of that racing point. So, small snapshot update. Revo smashing the pack right up the front. So that one-stop strategy is paying off really, really well. But we'll see if the grip can hold on, because the Wall of Champions does not let you take any inch of advantage when it comes to that. So hopefully he can hold his own, because he's got a 14-second gap there. Oh, there's a Oh, okay, so...
Up the bum of Payne. Payne's just been a little bit glitchy. I've been watching the last lap. He's lagging all over the shop, so...
Yeah, you can see it right there. So Matzoid now has lost an end plate. We'll see how much that impacts him.
I can't truly blame Major for that, because I think Matt just went a bit deep there. I didn't see Payne jump back, but it might be different for him. But yeah, it's certainly off-putting when you see a car jumping around. It makes you a little bit slower, just out of habit. As... that'll hurt. I don't think he'll get too much more than 6 now from that. You just won't have the grip through these chicanes where you really need it. As Geordie picks up another penalty, tail of the tape for him.
Alright, now Matt getting further and further away, as it looks like that wing did do a little bit to his handling. We'll just jump back with Wahid as he gets a little bit closer there towards Bandcamp. So we've got 2 battles happening. We've got Matzoid and Major Pain, and we've got Wahid and Bandcamp. And of course Bull and Rocky is catching up slowly but surely. And Seb back 3 seconds from his teammate, so that's pretty much it done as Pacey gets closer and closer to Gus to take that second position. Alright, so Wahid gets the exit there. 75% on his ERS compared to 36% from Band. So we'll see how this goes. Will he try and take it? He's quite close there to 4 seconds. How does it work?
Show us your cojones. Here we go. He's got on the inside.
Right up on the inside. Does he make it? Yes, he does. Wahid with a fantastic overtake there, which puts Bandcamp now on the back foot. But of course, Bandcamp won't let that slide. Lotus gets another 3-second time penalty. He's going to get DNF'd. He's going to get black flagged. And we saw it happen in the practice sessions. I think it's going to happen again. All right.
Going to go through and count them all.
Okay.
Where's Lotus at?
Yes, Jacob, there is. You can only get 30 seconds of penalties combined, I believe, and then you get a black flag.
15 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, so it's getting close.
He's halfway.
All right, Pacey overtakes Gus for that second position. We'll just pop up real quick there. All right, so that puts Pacey 15 seconds behind Reva.
Well, here's Pacey's chance. Ancient mediums on versus ancient hards, and he's got to make 15 seconds. It'll be the drive of his absolute life if he can pull that off.
Oh, Wahid gets a 3-second time penalty as well. No!
That's not where you want it, not in the midfield.
He was having such a good battle as well. As Bull and Rocky just takes a little bit there on the grass. Look at this gap here, man. Wahid, and then Band, and then Bull, and then there's bloody Geordie behind him trying to make up pace.
It's okay though. I mean, none of them are virgins in that midfield. They've all got penalties, so there's still a chance.
Okay, so the real battle is happening. Oh, Reva gets a 3-second time penalty. Okay, so that drops the gap there a little bit. So now he's only 11 seconds behind. Ooh!
You think suddenly you've seen Pacey is his closest to him, and suddenly he's got to push a bit.
I don't know, but it just shows
sometimes
that even
it can be hard to switch it back on.
Even some of the AFR gods can still be affected by mortal problems. Okay, so Bull and Rocky tries to make an overtake there. Goes right, goes left. Oh, he gets forced out. That's pretty good defensive driving there from Band. And Geordie's having a little bit as well. He's not even in that race. But he's like, guys, let me in.
Go, son. Go, Geordie. Get up in there.
Let me in. And yes, Seb overtook Gus as well. So that puts him 1 second behind Pacey. He's closing in.
Yeah, he's made up 3 seconds since the pit 6 or so laps ago.
Look at this battle happening. Oh, Combine's out. Combined is out. I can't see why, but Combined is out. Okay.
2 more for Geordie to get points. The comeback of
Geordie gets another 3 second time penalty. God, look at this fight here. Man, Bull and Rocky is like right up in the back of this Renault.
Oh, he's so deep, deep.
Oh, he's going on the outside.
Here we go.
I think Band's going to have the advantage there. And look at Geordie, just like, guys, let me in. This is fantastic. All right, now Bull and Rocky's going to have that DRS, but Bandcamp has it as well. Now it's going to come down to ERS. 5 there, but his battery's just gone out, so I don't think he's going to get past. Oh, he gets forced out. Oh, Geordie gets a little bit of a lock-up. That puts him out. Oh,
up in there. One of them disappeared on my screen completely, went invisible.
Oh, Geordie, this isn't your fight, man. This isn't your fight.
You might be the main beneficiary, though.
Oh no, Band gets out as well. Oh, what is happening? Oh, sorry, everybody. Apparently, I've just gained asthma from that goddamn fucking battle.
That was beautiful. In the wrong ways, but it was beautiful.
God, I love this. Okay. The part of this that is so fantastic is you have Wahid, Bull and Rocky, and Bandcamp all fighting, and then Geordie, who's right at the back, is like, nah, I want some of this too. Yeah. And there's a bit of a moral question, which is, this isn't your race, you probably shouldn't be doing it. But the other part of me is saying, you go out there and you push as hard as you can.
If he's quicker, then he can try and undertake. I mean, that's just how it is. He's still got to be quicker as he's going to overtake Bandcamp. Okay.
There goes Red Bull power. Okay, so now that puts him right in between Bull and Rocky, and
he's just going to have blue flag shown at him all day now.
That's pretty much it. But of course, for that blue flag to show, it means Bandcamp's going to have to get closer and closer.
Bull and Rocky here. He touches Bull and Rocky and spin. Oh, how does Bull and Rocky hold that? Almost into the grass. That would have been popcorn and spice in the steward's room if he yeeted Bull and Rocky off then.
He's going a bit too hard. He's channeling his inner Revo. Oh, there's the blue flag.
Gonna get DNF for not blue flagging.
Just going to clear the pipes in case it comes up again.
He's going to be in warning territory with those blue flag.
Yep. Band must be thinking to himself, what is he doing?
Bull and Rocky's thinking, what is this pelican doing? Yeeting me off.
Geordie with another 3 second time penalty. He doesn't care. Oh,
I think
he's in torpedo mode.
He's seen red mist, or he's given the controller to a little sibling or something, because they're just going nuts. This is brilliant. I love it when someone snaps mentally.
Now he's questioning. Now he's questioning whether or not it was in fact powdered sugar that was on those donuts in the pit lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
As he's flying down there, blue flag. Does he care?
He cuts.
No, he cuts again.
Beautiful cut.
Oh my God, what is happening? Oh, Bull and Rocky coming up on Wahid. Tries to get on the outside, and he does. He manages to get past there, which puts. But look at the switchback! Ah! What is happening? All right.
That's beautiful.
Wahid. Whoa! Look at this race, and Geordie is sitting in the middle, going, "I'm a participant. Let me participate."
He's just dirty air. That's all he is at the moment, and it's making all the difference.
Jesus Christ! I'm not even paying attention. I should be paying attention to the fact that Pacey just got overtaken by Seb at some point and we didn't notice, and I apologise that wasn't the case. But this is more important, because the battle that is happening right here is intense as Bull and Rocky tries to get down on the outside of turn 10. He's got the speed, but he's got the inside line, so he's going to force him out, but there is a lot of track that he can use. Oh, he's going to come out on top, and it's the Alpha. Oh my God, look at that, and Wahid just slots right back in saying, hey, I'm going to get it back. And it's forced. I'm not sure what's happening with Band here, but he's forced way back. He's now 1.3. If you had it, okay, look. if I do that, you'd never know
It's
that.
a 3-second penalty. Oh, that hurts.
Oh man,
Gives Seb second. Well,
that's
truly.
gonna suck. So if I hide the board there, you would never guess if you didn't know that Geordie wasn't fighting for those positions. But
oh, he's fighting.
Oh,
He's not allowed to be. He's not meant to be, but he's fighting.
No, that's right. The steward's arm is about to fall off because he's literally on a constant loop of like, dude, blue flag, blue flag, blue flag, blue flag.
Do they mean anything? How's he not being given a time penalty for those blue flags?
I don't know. I know what I do know is the capital steward is the guy that he's behind, that he's in front. So that's not something as Geordie picks up another 3-second time penalty. Can you do me a favour, C-Carrot? Can you please calculate how many time penalties Geordie has at the moment?
All I know is Band will be shaking his head very hard and...
All right, I'm going to just cut up to Pacey and Seb because they have been leapfrogging as it comes into the final lap. So now I'm torn because I'm going to have to watch these two. Okay, so Pacey's right at the back. Pacey's the back of Seb within 1 second. Oh, man. This is nuts. I'm so lost. I was so lost in the midfield there that I completely missed out the fact that the Mercedes drivers are going out at Toto's probably like, guys, please don't push. Please save the cars. Oh, my God. Okay, so Pacey point 2 as he's got some DRS advantages. Weaves. Clicks down. 1, hopefully. But he does have time penalties, so Seb's probably going to have the advantage here. But that's what you get for being such a fun guy. What a do, baby! As they come into turn 10. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so it looks like Revo's taken the win there.
So Geordie has 8 penalties at the moment.
Toto slammed the desk. I would totally do a reenactment of that, but I'll break my desk, so I won't. Okay, so Pacey, point 2. He's not going to be able to get the overtake unless he's ballsy as shit. No, he falls back in line. So Revo takes your win, and Seb takes second position from Pacey. Oh, wait! Oh, my...
Well, Pacey had a 3-second penalty.
I know, but I don't care.
Oh, wow.
Because he got so close there. So let's get back. Get back there into the midfield. There is. Oh man. So the gap starts to extend a little bit more.
Geordie finally is retired.
Geordie retires.
With 8 penalties to his name.
Far out, man. What? I apologise right now that I was not able to count. Okay, I need crowdfunding. We're building a race control because this is too hard. This is okay. I need to watch that back because I'm pretty sure that Pacey took. I'm almost certain he crossed the line first. I know he had time penalties, but I'm almost certain he crossed the line first, right at the end. Oh my God!
Not according to the timing, but yeah, like what was he? He finished 3 seconds and 14 thousandths off. So
it would if he didn't cross. If he didn't cross, it was freaking close.
Jeez,
that was wing to wing. That was fantastic.
But,
0.014 gap. There you go. Okay.
Looks like
Geordie
still had the fastest lap after all that.
That is great. Okay, so Revo, your race winner there. Seb in second, Pacey taking up third position. Major Payne doing quite well there with a 4th place finish. And of course that immense battle between Bandcamp, Matoid and Wahid there. And technically Geordie, but you know. And looks like we had 5 DNFs that race. Woo, man.
Great drive for Bandcamp and Wahid.
Yeah.
Both started 13-14 to come 6-8.
Look at these penalties. Look at these freaking penalties.
Oh, that's unreal.
27 seconds. Geordie was literally one penalty off DNF, getting black flag. Oh my God. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been your Tier 1 race.
And
I have
to cap that off, it cost Gus 4th place.
Yeah.
His penalties. So,
man.
Yikes.
Okay, Tier 2 is not going to be this exciting, I don't think. But anyway, thank you for watching.
It's wet.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you for watching. As always, I've been Kunai0. This is C-Carrot, and we will see you next week.
Stay tuned. It's all downhill from here.
Bye for now.